Right, here we are for this week's match preview. As I'm sure you've noticed, it's a slightly different setup. This preview is going to be done over 2 parts. The first part, which is now, is going to explore the youth angle. Because in my opinion, Monday night at the Hawthorns should be youth night. As a result, I've been fortunate enough to be joined by Carefree Youth, Scott from Twitter. I'm sure a few of you know him. And he's going to talk us through who he hopes to see playing for the Chelsea first team against West Brom. Scott, are you there?
Yeah.
Hi, mate. Right, Scott, first things first, I'm going to put a name on the table. I am convinced that Ruben Loftus-Cheek has to start against West Brom. He was magnificent against Liverpool. Do you think he will play, and do you think he deserves to play?
Totally agree with you, Rory there. Yeah, against Liverpool, unbelievable appearance. 60 minutes, up and down, doing what he should do.
Yeah, he's great. He's sort of had enough. He's had enough of that sort of appearance, hasn't he? Got a taste of the action against Sporting Lisbon. He then got he got it against Liverpool. It's time to throw him in the deep end, away from home, and let's see him take the game by the scruff of the neck. Do you think he has it in him?
He does have it in him, yeah, definitely. He's been there, up and coming up, and he's been playing for the youth team, won the Champions League, so yeah, definitely ready for it now.
Do you think it's true that the youth team are European champions? Do you think he was a key component as to that? Do you think he was one of the main reasons that they won that trophy?
Yeah, through the group stages he played all the time, bossing the midfield all the time, but then he dropped out and went to the first team, trained with them, didn't play a few of the games, then came back for the final and the semi and bossed it again.
Yeah. It's just, he's too good for the youth, isn't he, now? It's got to the stage where he's too good. He needs to be playing.
Yeah.
He needs to further his own development. He needs to be playing in the first team, really.
Yeah, totally agree.
So right, let's see. That's in. This is going to be. I'm so excited for this game against West Brom. We've sort of got a new lease of life because of this youth prospect. Anyway, who else? Who else do you think will play in that game?
Nathan Aki, definitely.
Yeah.
I'm not sure where he'll play him. He could play him left back, centre back, defensive midfield. He's slowly playing a different role every time. So
right, where do you see him? What do you think is his most natural position?
Naturally, defensive midfield, centre back.
Right, so sort of what, like a Makalele?
Yeah, he slowly got pushed out to left back after his centre back. He started centre back, and then he plays a lot better at youth level defensive midfield because he's a lot more talented than most of the youngsters. So yeah, but I can't point out which place he'll play, but he'll definitely start.
I think it'd be dangerous to play him centre half. I think throwing in a kid like that centre half could be dangerous. So perhaps pushing one on.
I think it'll be defensive midfield if Loftus-Cheek doesn't play, or it'll be left back.
Right. Okay. Well, and do you think he's got it in him? Do you think he has the performance there?
He does. He definitely does. He's been playing for us for two years now. He played in the Europa League.
Yeah.
When Benitez was in charge, and that was 2 years ago. So yeah.
Right. Well, so you think he's earned his stripes? He deserves a spot.
A chance, yeah.
Excellent. Right now, guys, we're going to have to see. It'd be very interesting to see who you side with. Scott, Carefree Youth, who we're talking to here, and myself have had a bit of an argument off camera. I believe that Dom Solanke will play and should play against West Brom. Scott, you have other ideas. Do you want to talk us through it?
No, I think he'll play Izzy Brown. I think he'll either give him a chance on the wing. Either wing, give Eden Hazard a rest.
Right. Why don't you think Solanke will play?
I think he'll play for the under-21s tonight.
Right.
We've got West Ham at Stamford Bridge. I think they'll give him a chance to just play in a big stadium. Izzy Brown.
Right.
Bit more ready.
Right.
And Mourinho's said that he's more of a winger.
Okay.
Which I don't like, but I think Eden Hazard wasn't the best against Liverpool in my.
No, I agree. It's the first bad game he's had this season, I think.
So I think he'll go onto the wing. I think he'll play him on the wing. Yeah.
But what ultimately do you think somebody like Brown will ultimately be a centre forward? So do you think he'll do the sort of Henry thing that when Henry first came to Arsenal he was a winger and then he was cultivated and developed into one of the finest centre forwards the league has ever seen?
Yeah.
Do you feel like that's the kind of thing that will happen to Izzy Brown?
I'm hopeful, but with the likes of Solanke and Tammy Abraham banging in 40 goals plus this season, it's hard for him to even get a chance on the striking role, but he could be pushed out to the wing for a bit. Interesting,
Scott, actually, that you mentioned Tammy there. Do you feel that how far behind the other two is he in the pecking order? Do you feel like Tammy has it in him to eventually be pushing for a place at a game like West Brom, or do you think he's a few years away from that?
Next year, I think he'll be pushing to get a few chances, definitely, yeah.
A player that you rate? Are you a fan of Abraham?
Yeah, I am a very big fan of Abraham. Yeah,
Right, nice.
he's got everything.
Right, so I think what we've concluded is we're going to definitely get some youth input into this game at West Brom.
Very hopeful. Very hopeful.
hopeful.
Yeah.
I'm going for Loftus-Cheek, Ake, and Solanke. 3 youth players. That would be wonderful, wouldn't it? And I know that you're going. What are you going again?
Nathan Ake, Loftus-Cheek, and Izzy Brown.
Oh, do you know? There's no winners or losers here. I would
Yeah.
happily, if your prediction comes true, I will be delighted, and I'm sure you would love to see Solanke play.
Yeah,
play
hopefully 3 though.
Score 3-0. You reckon?
Yeah.
With a goal from Dom Solanke, no doubt.
Guys,
Izzy Brown. Thank you so much for watching. Scott, thank you so much for joining us. This is only part 1, so comment, let us know what you think about the youth setup here, and be sure to follow Carefree Youth on Twitter, and I will be with you tomorrow for the preview, the usual one that you're used to. Thank you very much for watching, and if you haven't subscribed, do it right now.